scavenger hunt. So if you record it, then they can do that.
I got it recorded.
Do you hit the record, or you can?
Yeah, I got the record button.
I see it up there now. Great, thanks. Okay. Once again, thanks everybody for joining. This meeting is actually the first of two parts. So we'll have the one tonight and then one next Wednesday night with regards to the scavenger hunt. Tonight we'll go through. I'll let Bruce go through and kind of go through some of the rules and procedures and that we'll follow here over the course of this next week. And then again, and he'll go through this, but we'll be submitting them, I believe, by next Sunday night, and then we'll have another meeting next Wednesday to the members, the participants on that call will do the judging in that. In addition to that, I wanted to cover a couple of other things in that, just again, a few of the other upcoming events in that. For those that have participated in the Exploring the Light, and if you have images that are coming in or going to be showing up for that, let's see, August 10th, there's going to be a virtual meeting. I'm not sure what time of day or evening that will be, but Eric Holliday, the judge, will be going through the images and giving his award presentations, or giving his announcement of why he selected certain ones and that. The drop-off is August 4th, and that'll be from 3 to 6. So if you have any that you need to have brought over there, either bring them or make arrangements. Get in touch with me if you need somebody to go over and drop them off, and that I'll plan on going over. So that's the update on the Exploring the Light. I think most of those who have images that were selected probably received that email. I think it was yesterday or the day before, something like that. Let's see, just kind of touch base again. I'll have Bruce go over the scavenger hunt. That's the next, or I guess current event that we're working on. The next one is August 5th. That's our next competition. That's open. So any photos that you have can be submitted. The judge for that one, we have Matt Payne. He's does the F-Stop Collaborate and Listen podcast. He's out of Durango, Colorado, and he's primarily a wildlife and nature photographer, but he does have some background, I know, in some portraits and some other photographic experience in that. So he's going to be the judge that we'll have for the August 5th competition. I've reached out to him and kind of just email communication so far, but we'll talk to him here over the next few days and get that lined up. But he said he was available for that evening. The next event will be August 19th. Darren White, one of our members, is going to present on preparing an image for competition. And then I'm going to go through some of the, let's see, the next ones I'm just going to touch on a few of the other competition nights. September 16th, the theme on that one will be abstracts and reflections. The judge will be Eli Vega. And he's got some books out there. He's got one book on right brain photography and that. So the abstracts and reflections is right up his alley. So that'll be our judge for the September 16th competition. The next competition is October 7th. That one, I believe, is going to be open. We haven't identified a topic for that one or a theme. And I'm working on a judge, somebody I know out of Los Angeles, who's really good at critiquing images. And I believe he's going to be the judge for that one. If not him, I've got a couple of other people in mind for that one. And then the final one for the year is November 4th. That, again, is a competition that I believe, will be open unless you hear otherwise. But at this point, I believe we're going to have a couple of these ones still as open competitions. The judge for that one is Joseph Roybal. He's taught some of our courses here for the club, and he's judged a couple of our events before, giving presentations. I think we're all pretty familiar with him. So that'll be the final one. I did want to go ahead and give out, a couple of shout outs, just a couple of things that I've seen come across here recently. Ashley, she received a feature for, was it Exposed Magazine? I think I saw something come across the other day on that one, so congratulations on that.
Thank you. And unlike Paul said, it is not a porn magazine. It just has a title that is creative. It's about posing, hence Exposed Magazine. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. So again, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Wanted to bring up too, there's a few of the club members that have recently passed the Certified Professional Photographers. It's the PPA exam, CPP test. Phil Rubino, Crystal Kraft, and Lisa Craig. Lisa just joined here a few moments ago here on this call. So a few of our members just recently passed that. So congratulations again to all who have done that. I hope to get my name added to that list one day. Let's see. Oh, the other one, Ashley, I believe, what was it? The FAA Part 107A drone certification. Got that one too, right? So congratulations on that.
We know what she's doing, staying and working at home.
I am incredibly efficient working from home.
I'm sure there's a lot of other awards that I missed. Those are just some of the ones that I've come across or come across my screen in these last few weeks. And then the last thing I was going to bring up is I know, just in terms of other workshops or other things that are out there. Tomorrow night, the Professional Photographers of Colorado has a program on colonials, staying profitable in the new normal. And they have a presenter. It's somebody from a photographer from, her name is Bree. And she's from the Texas area, a newborn photographer, but she's going to present on, again, how to deal with, from a business standpoint as a photographer. She's been able to keep herself busy here throughout the quarantine times and then through what's going on right now. So she's going to be presenting on kind of some tips and suggestions as to what you can do to stay profitable during these times that are unusual, to say that. So those were the announcements that I had. Unless anybody else has anything else to add, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Bruce, and he'll cover the procedures that we have for the upcoming Scavenger Hunt.
Yep, I had one other thing here, if I can find it. I'm looking. It was, where did it go? One of our members, Corey, maybe you can toot your own, Corey. I can't find the text with what you won through the Wyoming PPA.
I appreciate it, but it's good. We don't need to announce it.
Oh, wait, here it is. I'm going to do it.
Stop.
Rookie of the Year, General Photographer of the Year, Best of Show for her links, first place General Landscape Nature for the links, and second place General Landscape Nature Tiger. So,
Congratulations.
Great, fantastic. And I guess what I missed also here, I was going to bring up is, since especially Corey's on the line, you have a couple of workshops coming up, one Bosque del Apache, and I believe another one, right?
Yeah, I have Bosque del Apache, another trip to Montana to do Triple D, and also there's one in Minnesota, a wildlife workshop in Minnesota. Thank you.
It's in downtown Minneapolis. That's the wildlife workshop in Minnesota. At the Target. Yeah. All right. So you want me to start?
Yeah. Sorry about that. I was on mute there. Yeah. Go ahead, Bruce. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what you've all waited for breathlessly. Can you guys all see a Google Doc?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just, we kind of wanted to go over the rules real quick, and because it's a little different from our normal exhibitions and competitions. You'll get this in the email that I'll send out tomorrow morning. I'm not gonna, I guess I could give it to Ashley to send out at midnight, because I know she'll be up at midnight, but I won't be up at midnight. But so you'll get the list tomorrow. You'll have until from tomorrow to midnight, July 19th, to shoot and submit your images. There are 14 suggested scavenger hunt items, but you're only going to submit 4 pictures. There's no limit on where you can take it, other than the only restrictions is it has to be taken between those dates. between the 16th of 2020 to the 19th of 2020. So they'll be pulling something from 12 years ago or something like that. Although we wouldn't know, but we would hope everyone stays on there. And then, of course, as Michael had mentioned, the 22nd, it'll be basically like a competition night for us, but we'll be doing the virtual scavenger hunt images. Same thing, we'll have a vote. We won't have a judge for that, so we're just going to be doing popular vote through the Google form that we use. So you can see that you're going to get your list tomorrow. Take your pictures, submit your best 4 images. And then the other difference is we're going to use a submission form, our normal submission form. You're going to submit it for an exhibition night. And then there will be, we want you to title it differently or change the file name to category, which category it is, which will be, and then the title. So you'll see that in the scavenger hunt list, there'll be this item and then give it your, whatever title you call it. So we know who that, so we'll be able to classify them by the category. And you'll also want to submit in your category of either beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Any questions on that? Was I confusing or did that make sense?
One quick question, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
If do you have to submit 4 images in 4 different of those category topics, or could you do 2? I know you're competing against yourself, but could you do 2 in 1 category?
I guess you could. I mean, you'd be competing against yourself, like you say. But yeah, if you had 2 images, let's say it's blue sky. I'm just giving you an example. Let's say blue sky is the category. You could do 2 blue sky images and then 1, and then give it your title, because again, you'll have category blue sky and the title is, whatever.
Okay, cool.
So, any other questions? Try not to make it too complicated, but we're also trying to fine tune this process. I'm excited about it this year because last 2 years we did it. We would meet at the Civic Center like a regular meeting, and then, we had to kind of stay within the confines of where we could go in like an hour and a half, and before the light went away, because we were meeting obviously at 7 o'clock at night. With this now, you kind of have a whole new world of what you want to do. And then when you see the list of items, they are pretty generic, and you'll be able to be creative as far as how you, approach that subject. Let's see. And then the prizes will be, oops, go a little slower. First place will be a free membership to the LTPC. The second place is half off, and the third place is $5 off. So there you go. It's all that in a box of crackers. Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, did you guys straighten out the format size for the files that we're supposed to
Yeah,
send?
if you look at the submission form, I think we updated it to the long side is 2,000 pixels. Is that right, Michael?
Yeah, it's 2,000. I think it was minimum. Was it minimum 2,000, or is it like 2,000 is the size? But
I think it's the long side needs to be 2,000. Yeah, I think that's
right.
We may want to clarify. Last I checked, it still said minimum, but I could be making that up. So we'll just want to double check on that one.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Because I think at one point we said minimum, but then I don't know if then we were getting some files that were really large and it was taking a while to load up last time when we did that.
Yeah, we were trying.
Maybe we want to put an upper limit on that too.
Yeah, I think 2,000 was what we wanted for the minimum, for the maximum, just because it was too. We got images from 1 meg to 50 meg.
Yeah, and there was one of the first virtual competition that we did. There were a few images that were undersized, and that was when we put that 2,000 minimum, just to avoid people not getting the right representation of their images on those. But I'm wondering if we should have a maximum, just so people aren't sending in massive.
Yeah, it does say size of images at least 2,000 pixels on the long side. So it says there are no longer image size restrictions, but We may want to fine tune that. I think if you look at 2000 max, your image loads faster and it'll still fill the screen. But
Okay.
We'll figure that out. Yeah. Any other questions? If not, and there's no other comments.
Yeah, no questions. I'll say, I missed the first. This is the third one, so I missed the first year. I participated in it last year, and it was a lot of fun. Part of what made it fun was the interpretations that people have of some of the topics and what they came back with. It was, get a wide range, and then also the post processing. See, Dave Purcell's on here, and he's always really creative with some of the processing, and he had some really good. He was one of the winners last year, and I remember that's part of the fun of this is just to kind of see not just the interpretations and what people come up with, but also how they process different images. So I had a real good time with it last year.
Yeah, this is really fun little thing to do. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what the topics are, because this gives us a wide range of moving around.
Well, and full disclosure, the club board, everybody gave me like 3 suggestions. So I'm the only one that's excluded from the competition because I'm the one that put the list together. We figured that I would have an unfair advantage because I've seen it for a few extra days. So
I gotta tell you, I don't think you should be excluded. I don't care.
Yeah, I would say they go ahead and if you haven't already been taking those images, go ahead.
No, I haven't. I've created the list. I haven't looked at it since, but that's what we did. So that way it was like I got a lot of input from other people, and we got all the lists together. And then I had a few duplicates, but we got, like I said, we'll have 14 items, and then I'll email those out. And you guys.
I vote you could enter also. You barely enter anything.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, come on, Bruce. We
Is
will
my
enjoy
wife-
kicking
My
your
wife
ass.
in the room now.
Unless
Do
unless you're trying to use that as a reason not to do it, and then we will support you either way.
The only reason is I didn't want it to seem impropriety because I was the guy who created the list. So, but I guess
We
won't
trust
support
that you
that.
haven't
You need to
taken
do
them.
it.
Yeah.
no, I haven't taken any. And I guess since it goes to popular vote, there's no way I can jury rig it. So I have, and I'll see how many people here are old enough to remember this. The list has been sealed, hermetically sealed in a mayonnaise jar. We used to say that.
And Funkin' Wagonal's porch, right?
I believe it was Johnny Carson. Remember, he had his.
Yeah, but he used to say that mayonnaise jar was on Funkin' Wagonal's
porch.
porch, which
Yeah,
is,
that's right. Only old people, only guys with gray hair or no hair know that probably.
I color my hair, but I don't know the reference.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Well. Anyway, but I am done and wait anxiously by your email inbox for these. I'll send a letter and you'll get the second page of this letter with all the categories. And as always, as you guys go through this, we're always looking for suggestions on how to improve it or tweak things to make sure it works smooth because seems like it's an annual event now.
And the other point I was going to make too is we are recording this, so I know I had a couple of others that were asking if it would be recorded so they could see this, and they'll get the rules tomorrow. So, just so they can follow and plus, like you said, you'll be posting what you just showed out on the out via email to the group tomorrow. So there should be more participants than just those of us that are here on the call.
All right. No other questions. I'm done.
Yep, I didn't have anything else. Great, thank you.
Everybody have a good night.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah.